Hey everybody, I'm Invisiblekatana, and I wanted to do this review for Pokemon Go because it's been about a month and a half or something since the game has been out. I've had it for maybe 2 weeks total at this point, maybe 2.5 weeks, and I wanted to do this review because, and I'm going through it to kind of make sure I know exactly when I started. So I started on the 28th of last month, obviously. Um, and I wanted to do this because when I started up, it was like just before the big updates that they've had. So I have a little bit of time with, I guess, the original version of it, and then the last version when they took away the sightings and all that, or took away the nearby stuff, and then the current version which has the sightings and newer stuff like harder to catch Pokemon and a bunch of other little stuff that they added. And then, as I put in the title, a little bit of a rant for something. I don't know if it's just me or maybe just the gym, but I'll kind of get to that. But overall, my experience with the game it's pretty fun. It's fairly simple. I downloaded it once I got a new phone because I actually had space on this one, so I was like, you know what, I'll download it, I'll try it out, and it was cool. It was like, it's really simple. Walk around, catch Pokemon. It's very easy. And going through it was like, all right, the main reason I got it was because it's like maybe it'll kind of make me want to go out and actually go to Pokestops or look for Pokemon, and I'll get exercise. That was really the main reason I did it, and it kind of worked. It wasn't, like some people are like, let's go Pokehunting, and people like actually go out and spend hours looking for Pokemon. I don't do that. I don't care to do that. I'm not that interested. I'm more of the they'll come to me at some point ideal, and I walk around a tiny bit. Like when I need Pokeballs, I go to like my old college, which happens to be near my job, so it's actually very easy. And I go over there and I'll walk around because it's a bunch of Pokestops. So that's really it. That's like the only thing that will really get me to do is go to Pokestops. But like I don't get like a ton of exercise from it, but I more than I do. So it has helped a little bit. As far as going through and catching Pokemon and all that stuff, it's simple. It's fun. It's changed lately because of like one of the things with the most recent update is that they've actually made it harder to catch Pokemon, which I've certainly noticed. Tons of Pokemon just popping out and stuff, and plus I'm at a higher level now, so I know that's a part of it as well because I think I'm at level 14, really close to 15. So you know, going through that, it was really simple early on, and then learning a lot of the stuff kind of on my own, really. Like I learned a bunch of random stuff. I wasn't looking anything up. I was just like, all right, this is how this works. This is how that works, and then finding out about the three-step glitch and stuff like that, and then them going through the update of the nearby stuff. That didn't have an effect on me because I was affected by the glitch where I was like, I had no idea what the nearby thing is. I had no idea that the footsteps were meant to be you take three, steps or two steps and stuff like that. Never realized that because I never looked anything up, and my character was always just moving around. I was like, oh, it just says nearby, and so for me, it's technically been the same thing from the beginning to now, where it's like I'll find it if I happen to find it. So it's pretty much the same, and I know that was a huge deal for people because people use like Pokevision and all that stuff, and I'm sure I never would have used that even if I knew that I was affected by the glitch because like I said, I didn't care that much. I would just find them or I wouldn't find them. So I wasn't really affected by that being taken away because, like I said, I had the glitch going, so it never did anything for me anyway. I probably would have figured it out if I didn't have that glitch. I probably would have realized like, oh, this has three steps or this has two. But I think all my things always had three steps. So there you go. So that wasn't a huge thing for me. Once it was taken away, the game was still pretty much the same. And then we get to the current version of the game, and the sightings thing, I get what it's for, and it's supposed to still be like a bit of a test. So they're going to be doing something. I don't know if they're going to go back to the old thing, because one of the big things they talked about is like, oh, the reason we took that away, aside from the glitch, is the fact that it makes it easier to find Pokemon, and kind of the point is to be like the old games where you have no idea where anything is. You just walk and then poof, here comes something. So they're gonna make another change, so we'll see, how all that plays out. But as far as I'm concerned, I think everything's been fairly simple. You get Pokestops, find some Pokemon, very easy. The one thing that I don't like, which is kind of where my rant comes in, are how they have gyms set up. Because I've had this happen to me twice, and it's at the same gym, so I don't know if it's something super random with the gym at my old college or what the case is. But I've gone through it twice now where I've beaten a gym and not gotten credit for it because as I'm fighting, someone from the rival team that is currently in control of the gym, they'll come along and they'll just throw a Pokemon on the gym as I'm fighting it. So, like I said, I don't know if this is specific to me or not, but I'd be fighting a gym, and then instead of getting any sort of experience points or taking over the gym or anything like that, I'd have to restart the game because I would just be stuck at the end screen. Like, it would say victory and everything, and I'm like, okay, I finally beat this gym. I can take over it, and instead, the game freezes, and I'm like, okay, I gotta exit out, and I load the game back up, and instead of the gym being under my control, or this would still suck, but at least it would be a little bit better. Instead of it just being the one new Pokemon, like whoever just randomly came along as I was fighting, it's still both Pokemon. It's the Pokemon that I technically just beat, and then it's another person. So I completely get screwed over, but they still have control of the gym, and my Pokemon are still messed up. So it counts the fact that my Pokemon were defeated, whichever one's lost as I was battling, but I get no experience, and of course I don't get any control of the gym. So this is two separate times I've had this happen, and the second time it really made me mad because I actually spent quite a bit of time. The first time it was only one Pokemon on the gym to begin with, and I was like, all right, I got it after a couple of tries, and then when I finally beat it, it was just like it just froze up and there's poof, there's another Pokemon on it. So I don't know if that's me or what, but they need to change that up. Like, I was watching a video recently where someone mentioned, like, one of the things that they should change is that there's a bit of a cooldown time after someone takes over a gym, because basically if you beat a gym, literally within that minute someone can take over the gym again and just beat you for it. And they mentioned there should be like a cooldown time or something where you have control for like certain, maybe like 5-10 minutes, and then the Pokestops in the area give bonuses to your team and stuff. And I was like, that's a cool idea. But my thing takes it a little step further, where someone can't just throw another Pokemon on it if someone's battling the gym. Like, I've never been able to do it myself because I'm personally Team Instinct, so there's like never any gyms in control. Which I never understood that. I don't know where that came from because I don't really care that much. I just joined it because I just follow my instincts. Like, to be totally honest, I follow it for real life personal reasons. So I don't know where all the craziness comes from, where people like hate Team Instinct. It makes no sense to me. I mean, I get that the other characters look way cooler, but it was like that I think before they were revealed, if I'm remembering right. But you know, having to go through that is super annoying, and you take the time, and I'm sure you guys know, and for me, I'm, obviously being 14, it's not super easy to really beat gyms. I have to, like, keep losing and losing until I get the gym to level 1. It's like, alright, I got rid of that one, so now it's only the gym leader, and then I can at least at least have a chance to win, and sometimes that takes a while when, when you have that happen. So, going through it, and you actually winning, and then someone, I guess, in the middle of me fighting just throws a Pokemon on there, and that screws me over, really pisses me off. Like, I don't get any of the experience. I don't get, like the Pokecoins. I've gotten 10 because I've had a protector bonus because I threw a Pokemon in the gym after it was already controlled. But I never was like, I mean, I'd only be the gym leader for like less than a minute until someone from my team came along because all my Pokemon are still weak. But I like never get that experience. It still counts, all my Pokemon being gone, and then someone just randomly comes in, and it's like all that work I put in, and I don't get any experience for it. It just my game just sits there. Like it has the victory thing come up, and my Pokemon's just kind of floating there doing nothing. It's like, great. I have to, I have to exit out of the game and load it back up. And the first time I did it, I was like, all right, I still have a bit of time, and I could probably still, try to take over this gym. And it wouldn't even let me do that. So not only did it screw me over because someone threw a Pokemon in as I was fighting the gym, so I didn't get what I was owed. Not only did that happen, but I also couldn't even fight the gym anymore. Like, it wouldn't even load up. Like, I'd go to it, and it would start the battle process, and as soon as it would say go, it would like cancel out the battle, and it would just say error at the top. And so I kept trying, and apparently when that happens, you just have to let it go because it took away everything. Like all the icons on the map just vanished. Like the gym disappeared, all the Pokestops disappeared. It was just the map and my character walking around, and I was like, that's freaking insane. Like I got screwed over doing all this work. I got screwed over because someone was just like, oh, let me just throw a Pokemon in this gym so I can keep it for my team in the middle of me fighting. So they need to change that. Like that is my rant. Like they seriously need to change that. Like if they do the cooldown thing, that's fine, but they seriously need to make it where you cannot throw a Pokemon on a gym as someone is battling it, because that screws them over, and then it's just like, oh, well, I'm totally protected. I don't know if that's already been exploited where people know that, but now you know. If your team already owns the gym and you see someone's fighting it, just throw a Pokemon on it, and it'll probably screw up their game. Even if they technically beat the gym, it won't do anything for them. Or, like I said, maybe it's just me, because that's my life. I don't know. But it was a really crazy experience. Like, and it happened twice, and it really freaking sucked. It's like the second time, really, because I spent a ton of time actually doing that, and then someone just came along, and I was really hoping to, because I'm like, they're just driving in. I'm like, I really hope they're just dropping somebody off, and then they stopped, and nobody got out, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure they did that, and they totally screwed me over. It was like I'm fighting and I'm fighting, beat the thing, and it's like, but it doesn't matter. Lose all that, all that time I spend, and then I'm supposed to get this experience and also the Pokecoins, which I really need because you can only get them from gyms, which I kind of wish they changed that too a little bit. But more than that, just the fact that people can throw a Pokemon on there as you're fighting is really insane. Like, there's no reason that that should screw you over, and it shouldn't be possible. Like, honestly, it shouldn't be a thing. Like, if someone's already battling the gym, they shouldn't be able to throw it on there. I would assume that this is, an international problem. Maybe people haven't experienced it as much, or maybe it's just a really very specific problem to the gym at my old college. But that really made me mad. I was like, this is insane. Like, I did this twice, and I did it early on too, because like I'm at 14 now. I think it was at like 11 or something when I did that, because I actually had enough strong ones, and I was like boosting one of my Pokemon up. So I did it. I felt like it was early on. It probably was like around the average time, maybe a little late. Who knows? But it was the first time I was able to do it, and I was like super happy. And then the game, like, in a sense, froze on me, and I just got completely screwed over. It's like, wow, I didn't get any of that experience. I didn't get any, the Pokecoins for the protector bonus, or being, the gym leader. I didn't get the gym for my team or anything like that. It was just like, nope, someone threw a Pokemon on here as you were fighting. So all that data just kind of got jumbled up, and I got screwed over, even though, that certainly shouldn't be the case. So that's kind of my big rant. Like, I still enjoy the game. Obviously, I'm not going to quit because of that. But I don't know, if it happens again, I might just not even bother with gyms until I have, like, just all thousands, Pokemon or something. Because I swear, both times, it's just like someone throws one on there as I'm fighting the gym, and then it cancels like everything I did. Just like nothing matters except for the fact that the Pokemon that died still died. So it's like, well, that's great, you count that, but I don't get any experience or any of the Pokecoins, which I really need because I only have 10. I mean, 30 isn't that much more, but I'd at least have 30. But it really freaking sucks. Like I said, I don't know if that's a thing that's happened to other people. Maybe it happened to some of you that are checking this out. Maybe not. Maybe you've possibly heard about it. But it's happened to me twice, and it's super freaking annoying. So that's like, my little rant. If you want, I would appreciate it if you shared this one. I mean, or, tell people, like, just skip to the rant section or something, because I feel like, Niantic needs to really know about that. There's a lot of things, of course, that people are mad at them about right now, but that's my thing. I mean, there's a ton of other random stuff that people aren't enjoying. Like, making Pokemon hard to catch, I certainly don't like that, because I've definitely noticed it, and it would be, even for weaker Pokemon, you notice it, and then it's like, oh, they keep getting out, and then, they take off, which, of course, everybody hates. Which, another thing I saw in the same video, I wish I could remember what video it was, But they mentioned, like, instead of Pokemon being gone forever, maybe they should still show up again. They shouldn't just disappear if they run away forever or something like that. Which I thought that made sense because even in the actual games, you can technically still run into the same Pokemon when you do that. So I don't know. There's some stuff they need to change, but as far as I'm concerned, that gym thing, it's just insane. It's like you spend all this time, and then poof, I'll just throw it in the middle of you fighting, and then it cancels everything you just did. Like it just completely wiped everything out. And like I said, when it happened to me the first time, and I actually tried to fight the gym, it was like it messed up the game so much. It was like, oh, this is crazy, and it just erased everything from the map. Like I couldn't do anything except for walk around. So I don't know what the deal is with that, but it's clearly an actual issue with like the development process, and it's probably something they didn't even consider, but it's something that they certainly should, because the fact that it's clearly an actual glitch. Like, you can exploit it now. Now that I've told you, it should work for you, because it literally won't even let me fight gyms anymore. Like if it does that, I don't know. Maybe it was that first time. I didn't even try it the second time, because the second time it happened, someone put like I was already dealing with like a 1400 Pokemon, which is hard enough, and then someone threw like a 2000 something Snorlax, and I was like, this would just take forever, so I just didn't even bother with it the second time. So I don't know. Maybe I could have actually fought the gym if I tried it that second time, but the first time it just wouldn't even let me fight anymore. And then I kept trying and trying, and the error kept showing up, and then it was just like, all right, you're done, and it erased everything from the map. So like I said, don't know if that's exclusive to me. I highly doubt it, because that would be really weird if for whatever reason that one specific gym, based on all the countries, that have this game right now, that one gym at my college, my old college, is the one that's has this weird exploit. But I'm assuming it's an international thing, so you can try it out if you want, and I don't know, maybe that'll get their attention. Maybe if a bunch of people start exploiting that, so you can share it if you like, or not. It's obviously up to you, but I still enjoy the game. I still go around. I still play it. Um, I don't know. It's just like it makes me not want to do gyms at all anymore, because that happened to me twice. Like, wow, someone just threw a Pokemon on as I was fighting, which I feel like because it's happened twice, people know that they can do that, and it'll screw me over, and it'll be like, oh, sweet, we saved the gym, even though it doesn't count. Because I mean, honestly, it would be like if that happened in the old games. You're fighting and you're fighting and you're fighting, and then you win, but it's like a live update happens, like a patch happens on the game or something, which, we obviously get those now. And it's like a patch comes as you're playing the game, and it's like, yeah, they added another gym leader. It's like, but I just beat all the other ones. Oh, it doesn't count now, but all your Pokemon are dead. Like if that happened, people lose their crap. So, I don't know if it's specific to me, like I said, but you guys can let me know your experience with the game. I would love to know your experience with the game, of course, based on this review. I would love to know what you guys think about it and the ups and downs that you guys have had. I would love to know, for people that had it like from the very beginning, what you guys thought about the most recent updates and stuff, like them taking away the nearby stuff. Like if you had the 3-step glitch, or if that actually used to work for you. Especially if it worked for you, I can understand you being super mad about that, but for me and a ton of other people, it's like, well, it didn't work anyway, so it's not even a difference, because I was just walking around finding them at random anyway. But I don't know. We had some more updates coming. I kind of hate the harder Pokemon catching thing. Like, I don't see why they made that. It's not like it was. I mean, I don't think it was that easy to catch, but now it seems like it's really, really difficult to catch them. It seems like every time I'm trying to catch a Pokemon now, they pop out at least twice, and then if I don't use a raspberry, then they definitely take off. So I don't know. I feel like they made it a little bit too hard. I mean, maybe that's just me, but it is weird that they would decide to do it that way. Some stuff I appreciate, like they nerfed Vaporeon. I thought that made a lot of sense, because everybody was doing that, because it was just like, poof, it's insanely powerful. So that one I understood, and I bet they made a lot of people mad, though, because that was like the big exploit early on. But I don't know. I still like the game, like I said. Would love to know what you guys think about it. So please comment below. Let me know favorite things about the game, least favorite things about the game. Would love to know, like I said, if you experienced the gym thing that I have, which just makes me freaking hate even dealing with the gyms because it's hard enough for me. And then it's just like all that work, and all I get out of it are a bunch of dead Pokemon, zero experience. It's like that really, really sucks. But like I said, we'd love to know what you think about it, so please comment below, let me know. And of course, thanks for watching.